Live.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Are you warming up?
I'm plenty. I'm good. I don't hear a lawnmower.
Oh, it was going yesterday. It was going full-fledged yesterday. Next door. He just got back from, where'd they go? I forget where they went. Oh, Outer Banks or something. Starting the show at 12:47 p.m. International Dateline. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Oh, I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, is your ketchup too sexy? And are we seeing more ghosts during the whole COVID-19 pandemic? And be aware of the pole assassin. And what the hell is an island boy? All this and much, much more will be discussed here on DeaconLive. How are you? How are things? How are things going? Over to my far right-hand side is IT Dan.
Yes, good morning. I banged my knee up a little bit, but I managed to make it in here.
We're broadcasting from the COVIDSapien.com studios. For more information on them, go to COVIDSapien.com and purchase your gear there as well. So, Dan, how were you outside of your knee and everything? You banged up your knee? What were you doing? Juggling?
I was moving a bed, moving a bunch of furniture. We got a new mattress yesterday.
What kind of mattress did you go? Did you go with my recommendation?
Yes, I went with the purple mattress.
Proud sponsor of Deacon Live. We appreciate that.
The Hybrid 3. Got that. I had a great night's sleep last night on it. But yesterday when we had the mattress off the bed, I was putting a big rug underneath the bed and twisting and moving things the wrong way, trying to slide a
So you're saying you're getting old.
Yeah, I did. And
now, is this an old football injury or something, or is this just an old man injury?
I just say, I've had it like 3 times. I don't know if I've strained something or pulled something, so wear a knee brace and try to relax for a few days.
Now, something that I strained this past weekend was my bank account. And when I say my bank account, Dan, do you have a membership to like Costco or BJ's or Sam's Club or anything like that?
No.
You don't have anything like? Have you had one before?
I've had them before, yes.
And were you satisfied as far as what you were getting from them, or you just were like it wasn't worth your time or money?
It's like everything else. You really got to know what your prices are. Like the Price is Right. You have to watch what you're doing. I always like that. There's just not any local near me.
So every Thanksgiving, we have her family comes up here. My family, they can stay down in Florida for all I care. Her family comes up here to North Carolina. Now, for those of you who don't know, we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. We sit on about 22 some odd acres here. We have horses, chickens, cattle, and ducks. No, we don't have ducks. The neighbors have ducks, but we have cats and kittens and dogs and all the stuff in between. But here, they come up here every Thanksgiving to see my wife, which is her aunt. And we have a good time, and we have to buy a lot more food. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes. English is a very good hard language.
So about this time of year, we always go down and get our membership or re-up our membership, and we go through there. And here's the funny thing is, the membership, I think, was like $120. We got the executive, whatever, and we get 2% back off of this and a credit card back on this and all this other stuff. You know, they sell you, they upgrade you all the time on the membership when you go in there. And so we get everything. Took probably like 30 minutes. They had to do a background check and credit check and all this other stuff. Finally, we get our card. We get our pictures taken. Boom. We go back out the exit door and back in the front door. And if you go in the front door, they always check for your ID, your Costco membership. And I'm like, here it is. And that first row is all electronics and TVs and stuff. And then all the cool stuff on the left-hand side, like bulk out, like the seasonal stuff. Like when you walk into Walmart, they got all the seasonal stuff out front.
Did they ask for your picture ID or just for the card?
Well, your card has the picture printed on the back of the card of your face.
Oh, okay.
They do it right then and there. So, everyone's kind of cramming in there and let's go. This one couple, older guy, professional-looking gentleman and his wife. The wife comes up. Now, for those of you who don't know, they sell gift cards at Costco, but they're on like these big 8.5 by 11 pieces of cardboard with the gift card kind of plastered inside the cardboard, so you physically can't steal them, I guess is what they're doing. So they had this big piece of cardboard, 8.5 by 11, like big as a sheet of paper, and they got the credit card or the gift card in between, and it's always spend $75 and you get $150 worth of gift cards for restaurants. And it was like Ruth Chris Steakhouse or something like that. And we just walked in, and of course I'm getting in panic mode because all these people are walking around, and my wife's, her eyes are this big and the pocketbook's open. She's ready to buy everything, and I'm like, I'm getting anxiety, and I'm listening out of my left ear, this guy yelling at his wife. She's like, oh my God, we could get Tom and Timmy and Donna and Marie this for their Christmas. And he goes, damn it, Cheryl, I just walked into the store and already you're throwing stuff in my cart. That's $75. I haven't even gotten, 75 feet into the store. I've already spent $75. He's like, throw the goddamn thing in there. And she's like, oh, and throws it in the cart and then went on. And I'm like, and I start laughing. And I'm like, babe, you gotta pull off to the side of the stream of people coming in and out. And she's like, what's wrong? I go, I was so overwhelmed by everything going on. I was like, all right, let's relax. Let's take it in. And she knows how I am in big situations like that.
And usually with my wife, I'm just saying, either buy it or don't buy it. It doesn't matter. Just do it. Make a decision, and so we can move on. That's
so
all.
we haven't been there in probably about a year's time. And so we're walking through the aisles, and step by step, we're going down every aisle. We're looking at everything. We're touching. 3.5 hours we were in there, Dan. We literally stopped in the middle because we went there right after breakfast. So we got there at like 10 o'clock. About an hour and a half of us getting there, because it's an hour drive to get there, we stopped, parked our carts, went up front, got a Costco hot dog.
They are good hot. The pizza's good too.
Ate lunch, went back in the store and started shopping again. I said, look, babe, she's everything she wants to see. I want that. That's so cool. Look at those and look at these and look at those. I want all those. I'm like, that's fine. You can get all that. And I said, but listen. I said, babe, look. I said, I'm going to say no probably 15 times today. I said, but this past year we've been good. We watched our spending. We paid off credit card bills. We paid off vehicle loans. We paid off everything. We're almost completely out of debt outside of like the house and a small little credit card that we keep for like the animals and stuff, because we don't want to shell out $2,300 or $3,000 for the horses at any given time. I said we've been really, really good. I said if you want something, get it. I said we've been good. Let's get whatever you want. So we got new lights for the front of the house. The big marquee lights, not marquee lights, but the big lantern-looking lights on the front door. She got new pillows for the couch. We got a whole bunch of food, a whole bunch of stuff that we needed because of the family coming up and everything.
Did you get your turkeys?
That's the only thing they did not have. They didn't have 1 ounce of turkeys other than like packaged meat turkey. They didn't have any turkey. They had rotisserie turkey or rotisserie chickens all day long, but no Thanksgiving turkeys. And that's kind of the reason why we were going there. We picked up some kind of fish. Hold on. I got it right here on my phone. Called Corvina fish. And this guy was talking to us. He was probably the Corvina sales guy. Yeah. He's dressed up like a...
They give you a little sample?
No. He was just a guy like walking around, and she's like, you want cod? And we're across the cooler, the floor cooler. And I'm like, I don't know, how much is the cod? She's like, it's $38. What about flounder? How much is that? It's like $40. You can't get out of there. You can't just buy 10 pounds or $10 worth of cod.
Yeah.
And this guy steps up and goes, oh, there's this fish that my wife and I had. And he's like, it was really, really good. And he looks out and he goes, oh, this is it right here. And my wife's standing next to him. And he's like, it's called Corvina. Like I said, he must have been the Corvina salesman or something. He wasn't. He was, But this is what it is. And I'll show the picture. Where's the camera at? I don't know if you can see that. That's the fish right there. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, it looks good.
And come to find out, they use it in ceviche or ceviche, however. You ever had ceviche?
Yeah.
Have you had ceviche before?
No, I haven't.
Do you know what ceviche is?
No, I do not know.
It's raw fish and onions and red onions and a whole bunch of other like mangoes and stuff like that. And it's raw fish, but what they do is they put it in a vinegar. And the vinegar cooks, kind of quote unquote, cooks the fish. So it's a cold, almost like a gazpacho type food. And this is the fish that they use, but they chop it up like dice, like small. So we've got this. The bill, we had 2 shopping carts full of stuff. Dan, you want to guess what the bill was?
$675.
That's what I thought when we were at
Yeah.
the register. And, we go through the registers and we scan the card and she goes through everything and she's like, all right, pay for it. And I go, she's like, how much do you think it is? I said $650. $790, Dan. We spent $790.
You can't take it with you.
Well, we've got a freezer full of meat. We've got fish. We've got chicken. We've got, I don't know, all the stuff we got. But, I mean, you can't, anything that's there is either $20 or $50. There's
But
no
it
in
was all,
between.
this is all food you bought. Nothing.
Well, the lights were about $100 for the two of them. The pillows, she bought a bunch of throw pillows for the couch, our brand new couch, the leather couch that we have. We don't have any throw pillows for, and I'm talking big size throw pillows.
How much are these pillows?
$25 each. So that's $200 right there just in lights and pillows.
My wife comes out of the consignment shop and she'll always go, I got 3 more pillows. You know what she pays? $1 a piece. And she finds fantastic, nice pillows.
Well, these are like crocheted, from the coast of Crochettville or something. I mean, they were anyway. So $790 something later, and we still didn't get turkeys. No turkeys for Thanksgiving.
So you're gonna have to hunt them down pretty quick, though.
Next week, our next shopping list or next shopping trip that we're going on, I got to go get turkeys and the small stuff that you can't buy. I don't need 2 gallons of mayonnaise to make dips. So that type of stuff.
And we're not having anybody come up, and Kathy says she's not sure if she wants to cook a turkey for Thanksgiving, but it's traditional. I like that.
All right. Guys, stick around. We got a really, really big show for you. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. All right, guys, you're watching this on the YouTube stream and the Twitch stream. If you want to see the whole entire video, make sure you go over to prophetradio.com, PROPHET radio. For every podcast we do, we have a matching video as well. We hope that you enjoy us and join us as well. And make sure you like and subscribe and do all the stuff that makes us one big family. Thanks, guys. See you. Bye. All right. You ready?
Did you see that thing I sent you about that truck?
Yeah.
Rivian or something?
Yeah, I saw that, and I even was talking to Amy about it.
Oh, I mean, you saw the picture of how ugly they are?
I don't think they're that ugly. I just worry about the actual power. I know when you have like an electric pallet jack and you ask it to do more than the electric pallet jack wants it to do, it kind of goes, You know what I mean?
No, I wasn't saying that seriously. I was just wondering if you've seen them and looked at them. If you saw what they were.
I've been watching for the last couple of weeks. I've been reading all the articles of them coming out and what they're doing, and they're trying to be like this big heavy duty truck. But I'm like, it's electric. And I don't think it. Like I said, it's when you ask like your drill to do a bolt or something like that, and it, it doesn't want to. It just kind of cuts out.
What I've read about it, my friend my nephew drove the Tesla, was just like incredible. He said the torque and the power were great. But I was saying that because I just saw how goofy it looked, and there's no way I would spend that. I'd buy a Chevy long before that. So. Hey, did you order it yet?
Welcome back to Deacon Live. We are broadcasting from the COVIDSapien.com studios. Don't blame the Democrats or the Republicans, Trump or Biden. Blame the actual culprit of this widespread virus. For more information, go to COVIDSapien.com. For more information, check them out and do it peacefully, as they are just they're peaceful protesting of actually what's going on with the whole COVID virus in itself. Now, over to my far right-hand side is IT Dan.
Yes. Good afternoon. It's great to be here.
How's your knee? Is it doing all right now?
Yeah, I'm resting it. I'm just trying to take it easy.
Are you taking anything for it, or are you doing anything for it other than walking up and down the stairs to the studio?
Do you really think that I would take drugs and then come on this show?
No.
Yeah, I had a Motrin this morning.
Did you? Do those help you?
Yeah, they do help.
Do? Okay. Now, something that's not helping this woman right here. This woman right here, parents are suing the medical examiner over a suicide ruling over a woman who died of 25 or 20 stab wounds to her body. So the parents of a Pennsylvania woman who died of 20 stab wounds are taking the medical examiner office to court for declaring her death as a suicide. Ellen Greensberg's parents have been granted a non-jury trial in a lawsuit against a coroner's office over her January 2011 death in her Philadelphia apartment. So what happened was, on the day of the death, Ellen, at 27 years old, had returned home from her apartment earlier from her first grade teaching job. on the account of a snowstorm. So I guess school let out a little early. She came home early, and we don't know what happened after that. She was later discovered on the floor by her fiancé, Sam Goldberg, when he returned from the gym, quote unquote, the gym. She had suffered stab wounds to her chest, neck, head, and torso, the police said. So here is more on this story right here from CBS Philly 3. You go to 5 for me, Dan?
An update now on a case that we have been following closely on CBS 3. A Philadelphia judge said the family of the late Ellen Greenberg can continue their legal fight to have her manner of death changed from suicide to homicide. Greenberg was a Philadelphia school teacher. 10 years ago, she was found stabbed 20 times in her Manayunk apartment. Her death was ruled a suicide. Her family sued, saying the evidence shows that Greenberg was the victim of a homicide. The attorney for her family says a judge has decided to allow their lawsuit to proceed in a non-jury trial. No trial date has been set.
So, I mean, 20 times. Do you kill yourself with stabbing yourself 20 times? That's got to be, I mean, depending on where the knife's, if it's all in your chest, in my chest and neck and torso and stuff.
Maybe, but I don't think, first of all, I don't think women are vain enough to stab themselves in the head. And I don't think
she was a good-looking broad.
Yeah, and I don't think stabbing yourself in the stomach is something a woman would do. Mm-hmm. And that many times, there's got to be one of them is fatal. You're not going to stab yourself 20 times and still have the strength to do it.
Or maybe you stab yourself 20 times and just sit there and let everything just ooze out of your body.
And usually when there's a murder, who do you look at? The husband? The
husband.
The fiancé. He had the key. Go in, open up the door.
Well,
he could grab her hand, hold it over her after she's knocked out or something, and have her hand on the knife, and wear gloves and
don't do that action.
Yeah, yes, but that's yes. But I there's something wrong with that medical examiner.
But see, what I'm thinking is, they said that she came home early because of a snowstorm, so she probably either walked in on someone either robbing their house or walked in on the boyfriend. Yeah. Having an affair or something like that. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, that's suspicious.
It is very. Also, something that I've been saying for a long time. We had a big uproar about police violence and police being shot or people that they're pulling over being shot just for something stupid. Oh, you got a taillight out. I'm going to pull you over. I said, let's not. Can we eliminate all the taillights, busted taillights, pulling people over? Can we eliminate all the expired license plate, the expired tags, the headlights aren't on, you got stuff dangling from your rearview mirror? Can we eliminate those petty things as far as the police department pulling people over? Because it escalates out of control. They always say that the report says Tom Smith was pulled over because he had a busted taillight and ended up dead.
Yeah, and there's too much. Would it be that hard to make a note of it and then send them a letter and say it has to be corrected?
So right now, right now, Philadelphia, again, another story out of Philly, they're talking about this new bill that's going to go through called Driving Equality. A new bill aims at racial disparity in the Philly Police Department's traffic stops. Profiling, I guess, is what they're trying to do. Let's see, right here, Dan.
Yeah, when Philadelphia's mayor signs landmark legislation, as soon as this week, the city will become the first major U.S. city to ban police from stopping drivers for low-level traffic violations, stops that studies show target black drivers at disproportionately higher rates. And the Equal Driving Equity Bill categorizes certain motor vehicles as primary violations. I mean, you pull over for safety, speeding, racing, wrong side of the road, drunk driving. But, expired tags, taillights, minor things, I don't think you should be stopping them.
So this bill is going to take effect here in the next 120 days after Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney signs it into law, which will be done, which he plans on doing. Now, also, where did else I read it? In March, this past March, in Virginia, let me switch screens here for you. In March, Virginia became the first state to prohibit these stops within 3 months of the bill's introduction. So the bill was going to be passed. They already initiated, hey, this bill's going to go up to the main, corporate office here, the main capital. Let's not do this anymore. It's unlawful. Law enforcement officers cannot lawfully stop motorists for driving without illuminating license plate, which I didn't know was a big thing. I can understand a thing. Without brake lights or stuff hanging from your rear view mirror, I guess, is what they're saying. The bill also provides no law enforcement officer may lawfully stop, search, or seize any person, place, or thing solely based on the odor of marijuana also.
No, my brother-in-law was a cop, and he pulled over some kids, and he pulled them over, and the kid rolled his window down just about a quarter of an inch and slid his driver's license insurance out there. Mm-hmm. And my brother-in-law saying, well, okay, why doesn't he want to... roll his window down.
He doesn't have to. I've seen people take their license and stuff and stick it on the window and just hold it right there. That's all you need. I don't need you to talk to me. You can take a picture of it. You can get all the information right here on my window.
They slid it out the window. He went back and checked everything out. Went back to the kids and he goes, "That smells." The kid rolled his window and said, he goes, "I can smell that inside there. What have you guys been smoking?" And when it goes, "Oh, we got this weed. We got." He felt guilty arresting the kids.
He was probably paranoid too, or the kids were paranoid.
Yeah, and hungry.
Now, Dan, you've been, or have you seen like the Ukanuba dog shows? Every year they have the big dog. There's a great movie called Best in Show about the dog show and how pristine and
talking poodles and things like that.
All different breeds. I mean, from hunter breeds to playful beasts to herding animals and the toy. I guess there's a toy class, which is what like your little toy poodles and the chihuahuas and stuff. This, and you think of like pristine, like, oh my God, these dogs are worth thousands and thousands of dollars. No different than the horses that we have here. You spend thousands and thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And hours of training.
To get them to respond and do all this stuff. Now, down in Miami, there was something called the Miami Bully Takeover. They were shut down after a violent brawl broke out in the middle of it. Here's video footage of what's happening. Now, let me explain something. This Miami dog show was shut down after a violent brawl broke out. Now, this is all for pit bulls, and not Pitbull the singer, but Pitbull the dogs. And they always say you can argue both directions as far as, do you agree with having pit bulls because the way they're trained and the way the breeds are, or against pit bulls for the way they're trained and the way the breed are. They assume that they're violent animals.
I've owned about 6 pit bulls, and it's the way they're brought up, but they have the capability, if they do get angry, it's scary.
Now, I've got bulldogs. Now, bulldogs are short, little, fat dogs, and they come from that same line. I mean, their jowls, the way their bite is very, very intense. Like, I'll take a rope, with knots and stuff in it, and we'll tug a war, and I can literally pick up this 80-pound dog off the ground holding this rope, but they're lock on.
The dentures don't fall out? Those are old dogs.
They don't have dentures. But there's also a certain type of persona for people that have pit bulls. You see a lot of famous people have pit bulls. They have, it's big in the rap world or the hip hop world and stuff. So there's a certain persona that you have. So when you take, a show that's all about pit bulls and you have that same clientele in there, I hate to say it, but people get heated. People get hot for whatever reason. And let's go to camera 4 on that one, Dan. Let's see. Can I do camera 4? Yeah, do camera 4. And here is a video. The fight broke out around 7 p.m., according to a spokesperson for the event, after 2 women argued about something minor. Something minor. And then, people get shot, people get killed, just something stupid. The situation escalated quickly, and others became involved in the thing. The video shows the dog owners scooping up their pets and leaving the scene quickly. So let's see. Let's play the video here. Turn this up, make sure we got everything. Let's see. Look it. What do you see, Dan?
I see a crowd of people. It's kind of almost like a comedy movie. They're moving chairs over and dropping things around.
Now, hold on.
Chaos.
Hold on. Now, what you're seeing here, when you see the Ukanuba shows, and I use Ukanuba because that's a big sponsor for the dog shows. Everything is either blue, purple, or velvet. There's carpet. There's trimmings, gold trimmings everywhere. There's tassels everywhere. This looks like it's done at a community center, and they've got like those 10 by 10 tents that you have.
Yeah,
at, like,
very chintzy building, yeah.
So, like I said, there's a certain persona, there's a certain ambiance for dog show. This is a dog show that's, I don't know, it's a lot of heat. A lot of heat in there.
But you know what's good? I see people fighting. I don't see the dogs fighting.
No, they
is good.
scooped the dogs up and took off.
Yeah.
So there you go. Everyone's can't get their shit together. They got folding chairs, so you can see what kind of class that is.
I think the moral to this is that dogs are better than people.
Yeah, in that one. Now, dogs are better than people in some sense. Now, I know that when the workforce was going full steam without the COVID-19 virus and everyone being strapped at home and stuff, we have dogs here, and we always want to see, what our dogs are doing during the day. Are they doing okay? Our dogs sleep all day. We have, like I said, we have 2 big fat English bulldogs, and they just sleep all day. But a lot of people have made money, a lot of companies have made money by putting just cameras in their home, so they can, while they're at work, you can see your little puppy on the, hi Poochie Poochie, and then the Poochie dog would come over, and then you could actually, some cameras will actually dispense a treat underneath the camera to make sure that you're okay. Now, of course, dog pees and stuff, whatever in the house and stuff, but there's a business for anyone that owns animals. There's that fly again. Everyone wants to spend a lot more money on their animals than they do on themselves. Now, Twitch, are you familiar with Twitch? Now,
yes.
we are available on Twitch as well, and the way you see that is go over to profitradio.com, click on DeaconLive, or actually click on the social contacts, and it shows all the links that links us to you and you to us as well. Now, as a part of Animal Week, Twitch has launched a new category called Animals, Aquariums, and Zoos. Now, for those of you who don't know what Twitch is, you can go in there and actually get categories. If you want to watch video game streaming, you click on video games. Everything's kind of separated out.
Oh, that's a good idea.
If you want to go to, if you want to watch fat people eat food, there's an actual channel called like Eating Food, and it just shows people eating food. There's an ASMR. You know what ASMR is? The audio sound. I forget what the M and R is, but it's where you can hear me, and it gives you goosebumps as I'm talking to you. And people, kind of like when you drink water. Drink some water on the air, Dan. Right here. Dan's the noise. Yeah, that right there. People get into that, and they want to listen to that high-quality sound. Now, that's one channel. Now, this channel right here is called Animals, Aquariums, and Zoos. That groups of people on animal live streams all in one place. There you'll find the streams of your furry, feathered creatures from zoos, conservations, habitats, and private owners who were previously spread across all different categories like travel outdoor. So now they've kind of pigeonholed them all into one thing. So you can search animals, aquariums, and zoos and watch people's dogs, aquariums. I know that sometimes my friends have fish tanks on Facebook, and they'll sit there and videotape the aquarium, whatever fish that they got flowing around. I'm like going, this is boring. Why am I watching this?
But it's not. It's stressless.
Some people will watch it. So take it right here, Dan.
Okay, some of the streams are even interactive in that you can feed ducks or change turtle habitat lighting by donating Twitch's bits currency. If you're okay with something more direct, it also launched some emotes available across channels that can be unlocked.
Oop, that wasn't me. Is that you? No.
Unlocked with bits. All of this could help get resources to conservation and other organizations that need it. I think that's a fair exchange for some calming, adorable, and.
But you can also make a lot of money on if you got enough. If you got
enough viewers.
Yeah, if you got enough viewers, or if you got like something weird, like a fish that's got like you ever seen Finding Nemo?
Yeah, I think,
have you seen Finding Nemo, Dan?
No,
I know. So Finding Nemo, he's got one flipper arm and one regular flipper, and that was the whole thing. So if you've got a fish with a conformity or deformity or something like that, or a cat with a deformity or anything like that, and you want to watch how I've seen videos now on TikTok where Tessa, come here, Tessa, and it shows Tessa is what they call bioplegic for an animal, which means their back legs are useless legs. They don't work, and the cat will run real fast up to you, and it's dragging its legs, but it's still everything still functions and everything. So
I guess it's an escape for a lot of people.
All right. And being escape for a lot of people is Deacon Live, and we appreciate you guys. So stick around. We have more of the show to get into, and coming up next is Up to Speed with Technology with IT Dan. The latest on technology news that you need to know or didn't know that you need to know. Stick around. You listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
I've got videos of like aquariums and fireplace, and I watch them for like 2 minutes and I'm bored. But if someone watches stuff like that, it's harmless, not hurting anybody. No.
All right.
8 months ago.
Are you going to tell me about the...
No, would you do what I did? Ate those meatballs?
As long as it was frozen, yeah.
Yeah. I looked and saw it like 6 different places and said it's going to be fine health wise. I said that's all I can.
Here's the thing. I make a dish. I make a big dish. I call it cheesy rice. And what it is basically my rendition of, you know what Taco Bell is, right?
Yeah.
They had a chili cheese burrito. Do you remember that?
Chili cheese. I don't think so, but.
So, welcome back to Deacon Live. We are broadcasting from the COVIDSapien.com studios. Don't blame the Democrats or the Republicans, Trump or Biden. Blame the actual culprit of the widespread virus. For more information on this topic, please go to COVIDSapien.com for more information and show your support. They also have some gear and stuff. I've got some magnets from them. They got some T-shirts, coffee mugs, and all that stuff. And you can find out more information by going to COVIDSapien.com. It is now time for Did I switch cameras? No, I didn't. Let's switch cameras now. It is now time for Up to Speed with Technology with IT Dan.
Good afternoon. Can you use FaceTime on Windows? You know, Apple's FaceTime it's incredibly popular, and now it works on Windows. Well, partially.
What do you mean when you say Windows, like on my thing here, my computer?
Yeah, on a Windows computer.
Okay.
Yeah, FaceTime will let people with iPhones, iPads, and Macs make easy video calls to one another. You can't make FaceTime calls from Windows, but you can join them. So a person using an iPhone, or iPad, or Mac can start a FaceTime call and generate a web link. The person sends you the link, and then you can join FaceTime in your browser, even if you're using Windows. You know.
So it's no different than like Zoom, because we tried Zoom for a while, and I had to send you a link for you to join the meeting. So
and there was delay and problems we had with that.
And then, so you're saying that if I'm doing FaceTime on my phone and sent you the link for that FaceTime, you can click on it?
And it would work similar to Zoom, Skype, or Facebook Messenger.
Do you want to try it?
No, because you don't have an iPhone.
Oh, I don't have an iPhone.
And I don't have an iPhone, but my wife does FaceTime back and forth with her sister all the time. But it's if someone is comfortable with FaceTime, they can work with someone with Windows.
Okay.
So not a big deal. I was going to say also that Spotify has some features that people should be using, you know. If you enjoy listening to songs without the abrupt cuts or transitions, you can toggle their play settings. You can make it so they have smooth transitions. You can make it so you crossfade between one song to another. Which means that one song would 5 seconds before a song ends, it will start playing the second song.
Now, for those of you who don't know, we broadcast on Prophet Radio. Now, ProphetRadio.com is a live streaming music, and it has all of our musical guests that we have here, or musical artists that are played here on Deacon Live. That you can find the full-length songs over there as well. We also have the latest songs from 2021 coming up on 2022. You can find all the new songs over there, and be careful because it's not safe for work. But on the Prophet Radio, because I have to program that as well, I have to program the crossfade on that, because you don't want the song to just have that where the piano, there's like that piano like couple notes at the end of the song that goes on for like 5 minutes. You have to you can program it to say when the decibels reach below this level, you can have the next song pick up at that level and crossfade. So we use it here on Prophet Radio as well. I guess Spotify is now trying to do that instead of just cutting the song off and then going on to the next song.
Yeah, and you can also set up collaborative playlists with your friends if you want. So there are a bunch of features they've added into Spotify.
Well, that's good.
And then there's the third thing is Fortinet warns of Black Friday scams, including PS5s, Xboxes, and fake Amazon gift card generators that steal crypto.
Who's the company again?
Fortinet. It's an internet security.
Okay.
Yeah, and the FortiGuard Labs discovered a new scam using the lure of Amazon gift card generator to steal cryptocurrency. and they'll find that you'll download this file, and it will say Amazon Gift Tool EXE, and these are on the websites. People are buying them, and if the victim runs this program, anytime they try to do anything with their cryptocurrency, is like a 54-key passcode that you have, and people don't type that in. They copy and paste, and as soon as that file finds it on the clipboard, they insert their own account number, and then your money goes to them instead of.
So how do I get to the beginning link? Is it an email that comes to me, or
no? People will find they'll do search for online, or they'll see an ad.
search for? Well, hold on. Let's start from the beginning on that. So where am I going? Because I'm going to nefarious websites and clicking on it, going, oh look, $100 gift card from Amazon. Let me click on that.
You'll be looking on a regular site, and there'll be a little ad, say Amazon gift card generator, where people will. It will pass around from Facebook or different Instagram. People tell it word of mouth and things.
Now, I have gone online to look for example, I buy a lot of stuff from Home Depot, and I'll look for a coupon or something like that says like free delivery or 10% off or something like that. So I'll look for a coupon generator. Yeah. For those sites, are you saying that's kind of the same thing?
It's kind of the same thing, and if you don't get a coupon directly from HomeDepot.com, you know that it's whatever you get is not going to.
Dan, sometimes it works. Like I've gone to whatever, and it says 10% off your order. Amy does it all the time. If she buys something online for one of her horse things and something, she'll click on coupon for equestrian horsewhatever.com, and she'll find one and she'll put it in there. Sure enough, she'll get 20% off. She'll be like, hell yeah, save $50.
But if you have to download a program or something.
Okay, so you're talking about physically downloading it. Okay.
Yeah. If you find a code, yes, and you type in that, you go to Home Depot site and you punch in that code, you're all good.
All right. What else you got?
Oh, no, that's about it.
You got any work going on at the house as far as computer jobs? You have all the cameras up and running at the your establishment. What is it? What is it? A neighborhood?
Woodrun Development. So.
Okay. Are the cameras running good still?
They're all running. They're having one problem right now down at the guardhouse, so I got to check that on the way home. So.
Is it a problem down at the guardhouse? Yes. Suspiciously, they turn the cameras off and
somebody probably unplugged something. That's usually what they do.
Spinning around in those chairs, eating their sandwiches, and they probably kicked one of the cords out of the wall.
Yeah, they work in there as security guards, and then they order food from DoorDash because they have so much money. It's insane.
All right, guys. Thank you, Dan. And stick around. We have more of the show to get into. Are you ready for robots to take over your $15 an hour job that you complained about so much? Well, stick around. We'll dive into that here in just one sec. What do you want to say?
I'm ready for robots to take over everything.
Are you really? Yeah. All right. Well, Dan and I come right back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
Do you know what iRobot is? You familiar with iRobot?
Yeah, this makes my Roomba.
It was also an album by
ABBA?
No, back in the 70s. Why can't I think of his name?
I don't know.
Alan Parsons Project.
If you only had a computer or something that...
Alan Parsons Project.
Like a 10 keypad?
It's a little more. It looks like 12 keys maybe.
I bought my dad one, and I bought her dad one. It's a 10 keypad, but it's about this wide. And you can control everything on one side, like you can up, down, left, right, all the stuff. Yeah, I bought them before. Go to one. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We are broadcasting from the COVIDSapien.com studios. Never about the people, always about the CCP. That's why this is so important for you guys. Go to COVIDSapien.com. You can find your mask, hats, tees, polos, and sweats as well to show your support for that. And over to my far right-hand side is IT Dan.
Yes, great afternoon here.
Now, Dan, we talk about a lot of stuff here on Deacon Live. We talk about anywhere from committing suicide with 20 stabs. We try to stay light and fluffy, I guess, for the most part.
We're all over the board.
Now, have you ever been offended by your condiments? When I say not condoms.
Oh, you mean like mustard and ketchup and relish?
Yeah, your condiments. Have you ever been offended by your condiments?
No.
This gentleman right here has put up a huge rage about his ketchup. Now, he says that his ketchup was too sexual for him. Where do you see a ketchup bottle being very, very sexual? Now, in the news, I'm not going to read that right there because that's about him. So, was it Adrian Shan?
Adrian Shan, yeah.
Went to a pub in the UK, and the label on the ketchup bottle caught his eye, and the label read
shake, squeeze, and squirt.
And if you see the bottle, if you see this bottle through the link, and you can see it right here. And don't forget, for every podcast we have matching video as well. We also have Shared On. If you guys want to share something with us, any news stories or anything that you'd like to hear us talk about, go over to Shared On and click on the share with us. So this gentleman right here says the shake, squeeze, and squirt that he saw on the label made him really offended. It literally sounds like an app for swingers, is what he says. I don't understand how someone could put the sentence like that. It is awful. What kind of swingers has this guy ever met? I mean,
how old are you to use the term swingers, first of all?
Right.
And I mean, if he thinks that's disgusting, he's the one with the dirty mind.
Apparently, Sean dispenses his ketchup in a way that involves neither shaking, nor squeezing, nor squirting. Last time I checked, that's how most people, including myself, get ketchup out of a squeeze bottle onto a plate. You shake it to avoid the nasty ketchup water. You squeeze it to get the damn shit out of there, and you squirt it out on the... I mean, I don't know how much you would do it, So... It is, read that right there.
Yeah, it's because of the change marketing aiming at children I'm worried about. I think they were all laughing when they created it. And no, this guy is nuts. And they do. You can put whatever you want on a ketchup label as long as it has the word Heinz on it, because that is the only. I love Heinz ketchup.
Now, what they say, Heinz ketchup, they charge so much, and they're like, we don't make money because you put ketchup on the plate. We make money of the ketchup that you leave on the plate.
Okay, and I'm someone, when I go there, I'll squeeze a little bit, squirt it, and shake it, and a little bit on the plate, eat it, and then a little more. I don't put a big glob on it and leave it on the plate.
I've actually, because of my Mediterranean diet that I've been working on, that's why I bought that Corvina fish. I'm doing good. Look, Dan, you see my sexy shirt that I'm wearing here? I mean, you can tell that. I don't know if you can tell, but I've been doing turmeric, and I've been doing my.
You've been exercising every morning.
I do. I have a recumbent bicycle. Do you know what a recumbent bicycle is?
It's when you lean back.
Yeah, and I ride at least 2.5 to almost 3 miles every morning.
And then you ride back.
No, I don't. I'm in the house. I'm inside. Now, this gentleman right here, people, Dan, if you looked on Google Earth, are you a big fan of Google Earth?
I go on it. My wife goes on. Well, she goes on Google Maps.
There's a is it a docu-series or something like that called The $1 Billion Code? Have you seen that on Netflix?
No, I haven't seen it.
It talks about TerraVision, which was created back in 1995, I believe, by these 4 German men. And it had to have been before that, because it was when the Berlin Wall fell. And everyone was like freelancing, going, the Berlin Wall fell and all that stuff. And they were computer scientists, for lack of a better term, and they created a model that was called TerraVision. Now, if you want to look up TerraVision on your computer there. And what camera am I on now that we're sitting here talking back and forth? And they basically created this code to allow you to use the satellite picturing to see the Earth. And then all of a sudden in 2003, Google comes out with Google Earth, which almost identical side by side. It's a really, really good, interesting movie that talks about how TerraVision was copied and plagiarized by Google. And then, of course, Google's got all the money, and they kind of just shut these guys down and stuff. But the TerraVision came up with the product. No one was really interested in it other than the military. They actually had a military contract, and then it just kind of failed and fizzled out. And then Google Earth picks it up a little bit later. But a lot of people will go out there. I've never seen the pyramids of Giza. You can zoom right in and see the pyramids. You can zoom right in on your ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend's neighborhood.
It's fantastic. My wife goes on Google Maps and goes over to London and calls her sister on the phone, and they walk up and down streets and look at things.
Do they really?
Yep.
That's a very odd date, or not date, but a conversation on the phone.
And my friend who passed away saw the Bing maps coming by his house and ran out the street and had both middle fingers out at the middle of the street, and it's still there when you look up his address on Bing Maps.
Well,
and that he's gone, but his fingers are still there.
In time. Now, a strange island on Google Maps sends all these people on Reddit into a frenzy. Now, Dan, if you look at this right here, you can see this island, and you can see, is it called Vostok?
Vostok, Vostok.
Island. So take this right here. Let me make sure I got the right screen up for you. There you go.
Yeah, a strange dark mass in the middle of an island on Google Maps is blowing up social media with speculation. Some users suggesting it's a censored destination. The image of Vostok Island, an uninhabited coral reef in the Central Pacific Ocean, was shared to a popular Reddit thread that discusses unusual Google Map finds. What the fuck? This looks nothing like an island, one guy wrote. It's a triangular shape, and it's got a hollow black center, and people are saying it's a military base, all kinds of crazy
So if you look at
speculation.
it, and this is just on, where does it say? Just off the coast of Australia.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's way out. I mean, New Zealand. It's northeast of New Zealand, and it's this little island out there that's got this big black topography of it, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean that could be coal or different pits, or it could be crazy things.
Get rid. This one guy goes, I was scrolling through what I thought was a hole in a leather seat. If you look at it, ocean.
Yeah, it looks like a cigarette burn.
So what actually is happening is there's a tree called what's this word right here, Dan?
Oh, Pisonia tree.
Pisonia tree, and they are very, very dense, and they're very, very dark green. So from the air, this whole entire island is full of those Pisonia trees, and it gives it appearance. Of course, satellites. How many? A couple feet above Earth's.
Oh no, the satellites are 25,000 miles away.
So they really, really can't get a good detail on this. So it makes the island look kind of black or blacked out, like Area 51 type.
Yeah, it looks like it's redacted.
So it's out there, and so that's exactly what it is. It's a very, very dense, thick population of trees that are on that island. So don't freak out. Everyone's like, oh, there's a conspiracy. They blacked out the island because of they don't want anyone to see what's on the island. It's a missile base, or they're planting experiments or anything like that.
Yep. So we don't have to worry then.
No, we've solved the problem right here on DeaconLive.
Great job.
Good job, Dan.
Yeah.
Now, someone who did a good job and is going to get 3 life prison terms because of his good job that he did. Christian radio host Doc Gallagher gets 3 life prison terms for bilking listeners out of millions and millions of dollars. A Texas radio host was sentenced for 3 life prisons. Speaking of, hiding stuff. Prison terms Monday for a Ponzi scheme. Now, you know what a Ponzi scheme is,
yes.
right? All right. So for those you don't know, you borrow from Paul to pay Peter, or Peter to pay Paul. What's the thing?
Or people just donate your money, and then
you're supposed to get a return, but
you never get it back.
Well,
Keep all the money.
No, you do. A Ponzi scheme is, let's say, Dan, you give me $1 million, and then this guy gives me $100,000. I will give you a 10% return on your $100,000, and I'll give you a 5% return on your $1 million. So what I do is I take that $100,000, I skim off some of that, and I give you that money to make you happy, and then I take the 10% of whatever that you just gave me, and I give it to the $100,000 guy. But no real money has been made. I'm just taking bits of your money and bits of his money and promise you different interest rates.
Yep. And as it gets up, then someone gets screwed in the end.
Eventually, you just can't keep up with it. The sentence came after more than a dozen senior victims testified 3 hours in court, losing about $50,000 to $600,000 investment with the Gallagher Financial Group. Some say that he had to sell some of them said they had to sell their homes and borrow money from the children to take part-time jobs. Can you imagine? This guy is a Christian radio host, and he's milking people out of money, and then they're sending him money, and
I don't know what's worse, Christians or radio hosts.
I mean is this new? Now, granted, he was doing a Ponzi scheme. He was
Ponzi schemes are happening all day long, every day.
But Gallagher, 80 years old, and his financial group, which is called the Gallagher Financial Group, advertised on Christian radios with the tagline, "See you in church on Sunday." And so, I mean, What about, what is it, Joel Osborne or Osman or Oswood?
Yeah, Joel
Osteen, that guy. He's got millions and millions of dollars. Billions of dollars, but they don't tag him for anything. They don't.
Well, is Joel Osteen isn't doing something illegal?
No, he's not, but
when someone does this and is bilking people legally, that is a Christian who really doesn't believe in God, because he doesn't believe that he's going to be punished afterwards for this.
What's the one guy I saw that said, God wanted me to have a G6, not a G5. If you don't give me enough money, God says I got to spread the word faster across the United States.
Yeah, there is some guy in Texas, I can't remember his name, but it's like shame. And these people who are giving him money, they don't have it. They're giving him,
How many people are in the United States?
327 million.
327 million?
Yeah.
And if you get 10% of 10% of 10% to send you $1,000, you're made. And that's what they're prying on or playing on.
Yeah. And a lot of them they're getting Christians to believe they believe everything.
It's horrible. It's horrible. So I mean, I don't want to say that Christianity itself on its own, standing on its own accord, is a religion in itself that hasn't gone unscathed as far as like.
I have problems with groups of anybody. I mean, maybe except the Boy Scouts. Just groups of anybody. You get people in a group, and it's bad.
I've always said that priests themselves should not be paid a salary. I've always said that. If you've been called, they always say you've been called by the Lord to preach His word. You should not have any salary or any kind of valuable possessions. I've always said that since I was a little kid. I'm like going, because I had to sit on budget meetings because my mom was a secretary for the little church we had, and the preacher gets $150,000. I'm like going, why is he getting $150,000? Shh, Deacon, shut up.
He gets a house. He gets all the different. Yeah,
he gets the parsonage, and sometimes he doesn't live in the parsonage, so we have to rent out the parsonage because he's living on Lake Como over there and fishing with his friends.
Yeah,
it's horrible. All right, guys, when we come back, we'll get into a little bit more light and fluffy. And do you want to get paid to watch sci-fi movies, Dan?
You couldn't pay me enough.
You don't like sci-fi movies?
Some of them, but
all right. Well, there company's looking for to pay you $1,000 to watch some sci-fi movies. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Get 9. There you go.
I like the person that said, he said, God's all-knowable, all-powerful. He just can't handle money. He needs money. He can do everything else, but we have to send him money. But all of them are good to be.
Yeah. Well, it's a story. It goes from one, because he's a descendant from Drake, the pirate Drake. And it talks about, he's one is really, really good, and then 2 gets into, his childhood, and then 3 and then 4.
Yes.
But it's a lot of recurring characters and stuff. And it's more of a storyline, but it's still the same effect where you have to climb up and down. There's no it's a storyline. It's going to leave you on one path. There's no okay, I got to go over here and kill these people and then come back and then go over here and kill these people. It's a storyline, so it's going to make you take one path. But you have to figure out the puzzles to get everything to move. And
yeah, I remember walking along a roof, but I guess you get the whole.
Come back on 1. Ready? Welcome back to Deacon Live. We are broadcasting just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville, from the COVIDSapien.com studios. For more information, go to COVIDSapien.com for your peaceful protests as far as the virus and the culprits to blame for that as well. And over to my far right side, the person I blame for all my problems is IT Dan.
Yes, I'm your nightmare.
I think you got a song there if you keep going.
Yes, Alice Cooper did it.
You like Alice Cooper?
Yeah, I do.
Did you have a good time for Halloween? Did you have any kids or anything that come over to your house or anything like that?
No, but we just saw wagon loads of kids go by the house. Give us the finger.
But you had 19 houses in your neighborhood in your development that were giving out candy. Was it successful or?
Yeah, I guess we'll have to ask the dentist on Tuesday when they all get cavities.
All right.
Everything went well. No one got hurt.
Now, Dan, I know you've been working. How do I phrase this? You've been doing some odd jobs. You
Yes.
work for Home Depot, technically full time. When the COVID-19 virus hit, you not stepped down. You stepped away from the COVID, and you were working from the Home Depot, and you worked the pro desk,
Yes.
which is very intense because you're dealing with contractors, you're dealing with multiple
Very stressful.
and so from there, you're kind of like on their books because you still help them with orders and contacts and everything like that. But in the meantime, you've learned so much just in your life in general, and you've been doing like side jobs and odd jobs and things like that.
Challenging jobs.
So you're looking for just to make ends meet. How about if I said to you, Dan, I will pay you $1,000 to watch 2001 Space Odyssey or The Martian with Matt Damon.
I do love that. That was a great movie.
Interstellar and Moon. Is there a movie called Moon? Do you remember what that one is?
I don't recall it, but there is one. So.
And then what's this?
Proxima.
Passengers, which was a really good movie. Hidden Figures, Apollo 13, First Man, The Right Stuff, Gravity, and finally October Skies, which I think is one of the last movies I saw in the theaters. And if you haven't seen October Skies, it's about a kid who loved firing rockets and ended up being the head rocket scientist at NASA. So a company right now called MRO Electric said we were fascinated by the automated process and systems and incredible stellar flights is possible. So they are going to pay you $1,000. They're going to pay you, Dan, $1,000 to sit on your sofa and watch these classic space films. Would you sign up for it?
Look, read into it a little more.
Okay. So, right here, I'll let you read it a little bit more.
Yeah, revealing more about their ideal candidate, MRO Electric says applicants should have enthusiasm for space travel, love the science fiction genre, and strong attention to detail. You'll have 1 month to watch the dozen films, and your mission will be to meticulously fill in a worksheet for each movie as you take notes and track specific details. The deadline for applications, is November 26th, and they all have to be completed by December 23rd.
So the day before Christmas Eve.
Yeah, anyone who's over the age of 18, a U.S. citizen, can apply, and you'll have to fill out a form telling you why you're the perfect candidate for the job.
We'll click right here. It says, click right here, get paid $1,000. All right, summary. If you think you got what it's take, could you suit up, lock it in the cockpit of the space shuttle, and give your friends and families one last wave goodbye as we blast off to heavens unknown? What were you looking for? We were looking for a seasoned space movie voyager willing to trade a cockpit for a couch. Oh, God. Can they do it with the puns? A suit for pajamas, dehydrated rations for popcorn, and a big gulp. Give me a break. Ideal applicant would have overall enthusiasm for space travel, love movies, especially science fiction genre, strong attention to detail, the ability to and availability to watch 12 movies in one. I can watch 12 movies over a weekend. If you think about it, 2-hour movie times, divided by 12, that's 6 hours. I mean, come on, I can do that. You must be 18 years old. And these are the movies right here. How to enter. Enter the contest. Contest must follow the link below. And for those of you who want to enter this, we'll post it up on the DeaconLive section of the Prophet Radio website. And the way you do that is
there's going to be one winner. So you're going to watch 12 movies.
Dan, I'm trying to get people to the website. Go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio, and you might be that one winner that can get the $1,000 for watching these 12 movies. The deadline is November 26th. So if you think you got the right stuff, you can go and apply for this as well. So there you go. You can make $1,000, extra $1,000. I think I would do The Simpsons that I said that was like $9,000 to watch 706 episodes rather than $1,000 for watching 12 episodes. What's the trade-off on that?
Well, they're asking you to. They were looking for someone who has attention for detail, and I read the detail, and we said we'll notify the winner. So that means one person's going to win. And what about the people that have to go rent the movies that don't have them or something?
I don't know. Yeah. Now, Dan, you the other day you said, or actually this morning, you said that you stopped by your favorite place to get your wife, Kathy. Kathy's doing okay, by the way? She's doing fine?
Yeah, she's got problems with her pacemaker.
Now, for those of you who don't know, Dan also does another podcast. It's called Is This Going Somewhere? And you can check him out as well. It's on iHeartRadio. It's called Is This Going Somewhere? And I think he's up to season 6, episode 11. And it's been going on for the last 2 years. You can hear all the backstory of everything that he has disagreed with a presidential election, all the way from going down the street and yelling at kids for running over the speed bumps and
adults running over the speed bumps.
Adults running over the speed bumps as well. Now, she's okay? She's doing all right?
Yeah, she's got a problem with her pacemaker. It's urgent that she gets in. She's going to get in on Friday, but it's not life-threatening. They want to make sure it's right.
Okay,
So.
well, good. Now, Dan, McDonald's is partnering with IBM to implement. Oh, what I was saying was you wanted to stop and get her. What does she want? Now, hold on.
McRib.
She said she's having a problem with her pacemaker.
Yeah.
She's having all these issues with her heart and stuff.
Yeah.
And she wanted you to stop and get what?
A McRib sandwich on the way home.
On the way home.
Yeah.
Why?
She loves the McRibs. But they're $4 a piece now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the price of inflation as far as
but
distribution.
For $8, you can go to Harris Teeter and get a full rack of ribs.
So why don't you do that and slap it on a hoagie roll?
Because she wants McRib.
It's not the same, is it, Dad? Yeah. And plus, you have someone making it for you. Now, someone who's going to be handing you something that's not going to be a regular human. McDonald's is partnering with IBM to implement an artificial intelligence tech to take orders at the drive-through lanes. Now, some places I've only seen it on TV. I've never done it, where you pull up to the window or pull up to the little drive-through speaker and it says, "Hi, welcome to blah, blah, blah. Well, we'll take your order here in just 1 sec. Please look over our menu and blah, 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 blah. And let us know when you're ready." And then you go, "I'm ready." And then you get some kid goes, "Yeah, what do you want?" Wait, what happened to the nice friendly voice that I heard just a minute ago? Oh, that's someone in Dallas, Texas. We don't mess with them. It's a call center.
I hope they never have a robot take your order. It's like when you call on a phone call to an insurance company or something, and they go, "Would you like to talk to for this? Press this." And I talk to operator.
Representative.
I don't understand what you're saying. Yeah, and my wife will hear me screaming and yelling at the phone. If I talk to a human, I'm fine, but the voice and messaging system they go through, they do not understand my voice.
Yeah, but sorry. Sometimes they'll and they get it wrong. I like a double fish sandwich, triple beef burger coming up, and you're like, no, it's not what I want.
Okay, you want 2 triple beefs? Okay, we have that. So what's McDonald's doing now?
What they're doing is they're partnering up with IBM to implement the artificial intelligence. So what's happening right now? Take it away right there, Dan.
Yeah, in 2019, the restaurant chain bought a tech group startup called Apprente and named it McD Tech Labs. As part of the partnership, IBM will acquire the company. They've already tested it, and it's going to...
In Chicago also this summer.
Yeah, at the time, McDonald's claimed the system could already handle about 80% of the orders that comes their way, filling them with about 85% accuracy, which is like double what you get now.
Well,
so.
Is it double what you're getting now, or is it...
Actually, I got to say they're pretty accurate on the stuff I get from McDonald's.
Well, I mean... When you say now, because of people, the places are being shorthanded, so are they paying attention? Like if I go to, let's say, Wendy's up the road here, and my order is going to be maybe 75% correct. If I go there 5 times, 4 times is going to be bad, or 1 time is going to be bad, or something like that.
I'd actually say, from my experience, probably 99% of the time when I go through the drive-thru, it's right.
All right. So bizarrely, Kopernikovsky claimed that human workers were actually eager to help out in the system. Now, I'm sorry, kids. You're complaining about the $15 an hour, and then you got your $15 an hour, right, Dan? Mm-hmm. And then now you don't want to go out there and apply for the job and get these jobs. And then a lot of people, they're showing studies where I've seen where they're putting in applications at 60 places. This guy did a study, put applications at 60 locations, and then he said out of all that, only 2 people returned his application. And he was perfectly qualified for all the positions that he was applying for. So are the companies not hiring people because of they're getting a tax break or some kind of kickback from the government because they're low on this? And
I think they're finding that if they tell everyone that they're shorthanded, They can have less hours. They don't have to have the lobby and clean it up, and they have less payroll, and they're still making. They find out they're making enough money. So why give a full service when you don't have to?
So I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to slowly sneak these AIs in there. You know, hey, we don't have a let's spend a little bit more money instead on payroll to spend on these little robots and stuff. And you just said you saw an article about Wingy. And he was getting an upgrade, and that was from
Flippy too.
Yeah, Flippy from last couple of weeks. They're getting an upgrade.
Now, you remember when you went to a gas station and they used to wash your windshield and check the air in your tires?
Yeah,
and check your oil?
It was called full service.
Yep. And now what they've gone to, now you can just stick your credit card in, never talk to anybody. And I think that's what they're trying to do with the restaurants, to give you a minimal service, and they're still making all their profits.
So. McDonald's has spent a whole bunch of money on AI, and it's actually, and it's just at the drive-through right now. You know, they're going to take here's your order, Mister IT Dan. Here's your order. Thank you very much. And you're like going, peace out, see you later, and then go.
And if I was going to do a job at a McDonald's, just taking the order and handing it out the window is one of the easiest jobs. You're not going to get burnt by the fries.
But you have to make sure that it's correct. I mean, how's the robot going to make sure that it's correct? I mean, if you got some guy in the back kitchen, you know, he's throwing 2 or 3 hamburgers and a couple fries in the bag. He sets it on the tray and he goes, F you, robot.
It's got a QR code on it. It's got a barcode or something. You can do it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that goes. Now, this guy right here, seeing how it goes, are you a big college football fan? Do you watch football at all?
I watch NFL football. Patriots I love. But
okay. And
don't follow college much.
And why don't you follow college? I don't follow college either as far as basketball. I'm a big pro basketball fan. They've gotten away from a lot of stuff, you know, back in the 90s with, you know, the Pippins and the Jordans and all those guys. Basketball has taken a different leap outside of that. But I don't watch college basketball. I don't get it. I mean, a lot of people do. That's my school. The heart and hustle's there. But so
with me, it's familiarity. I've been watching since 1967, the Packers and the Chiefs and Super Bowl, and I've been watching games since then. And I've just always stuck with the pros.
So this gentleman right here, do you know who Jeff Banks is?
No.
He is the team's coach for the Texas Longhorns. You know, they do all this right here. He had a pet monkey. Now, hold on. This story is going to get really, really twisted and really, really weird really quick.
He didn't spank the monkey, did he?
So watch this or listen to this right now. And this is a news story that's going to be in the headlines because there's so many levels on this right here. So on Monday night, rumors of Texas Longhorn special teams coach Jeff Banks had a pet monkey that allegedly attacked young trick-or-treaters on Halloween has made it to the internet right now. So you're like going, well, why does he have a pet monkey? Why does special teams Jeff Banks have a pet monkey? Well, here's where the layers unfold. Apparently, Banks is dating a stripper named Pole Assassin, who owns a pet monkey as part of her stripper act. Now, Miss Pole Assassin took to Twitter to deny that the trick-or-treaters were hurt, but didn't imply that the monkey did bite the child in the backyard. So what they're doing is they're having a hard time with this guy dating a stripper. So hold on, let me go back to the main. Let's see if I can go back to the main story here.
Strippers are people too, you know.
They are strippers. I mean, they are people too. So here we go. Here's an update on the story. The Texas coach legally can't take the Washington State job unless he wants to leave his stripper girlfriend or the monkey. So right here.
Oh, okay. Texas assistant coach Jeff Banks is unable to take the Washington State job without making a difficult decision about a monkey. If the Cougars would offer him, he would not be allowed to bring his girlfriend's emotional support animal with her.
So his girlfriend, who's a stripper, says that the monkey is an emotional support animal, and I think there's a video.
Oh, he'd have to leave the stripper and the monkey.
Right, and I think there's a video somewhere. I can play it here in a little bit, but it shows her on a pole with the monkey, and they're doing like this tandem monkey thing like that. University of Texas Special Teams Coordinator Jeff Banks among the names that had been considered for the Washington State football team's head coach opening. However, for him to take the job, he would have to either leave his girlfriend and her emotional support monkey behind in a breakup or get rid of the monkey. So is it the monkey or the girlfriend?
Yeah, it's crazy. But, I mean, I really wouldn't go into a strip bar if they didn't have a monkey. What's the sense of going in?
Prior to becoming first special teams coordinator to receive a $1 million salary, Banks spent time under Nick Saban in Alabama and coach of the Texas A&M and UTEP. So they're saying basically on Halloween night that Sunday, Banks' girlfriend, emotional support monkey, allegedly bit a trick-or-treater at the home in their home in Austin. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah, to make things crazier, Banks' girlfriend is a stripper and goes by the name the Pole Assassin. He left his ex-wife and 3 kids for the adult entertainer who often performs with a monkey, Gia, on stage, you know? Mm-hmm. The Pole Assassin, whose legal name is Donnie Thomas, offered her side of the story. She did not deny it. But if the media storms are not enough to deter Wazoo from pursuing Banks as its next football coach, there is an incident's caveat. Should, however, the Cougars end up hiring Banks despite all this, Gia would not be allowed to come along with them.
So they're saying that you have got to lose the monkey or your girlfriend or one of the two because you can't have, I guess there's a
moral clause, maybe?
There is a moral clause in it, which I think is, what's the moral clause? You're not allowed to have a pet support or
you draw the line. It's a standard contract. I think you probably look in every head coach.
Dan, the contract that you signed here for DeaconLive, right here on Prophet Radio, did it say anything about you dating a stripper?
No, it says.
Did it say anything about you? If you dated a stripper, she cannot have a monkey or some kind of weird support animal.
No, it said I can't be a stop stick and I have to behave.
So. I take offense to, not because I worked in strip clubs before many years ago. I worked in strip clubs.
Did you ever see a monkey in the strip club?
I never saw a monkey, but I saw some weird shit. That's the only thing I can say. I mean, I knew a girl or one of the strippers that would like light herself on fire and spin around on the pole. She did the whole magic trick stuff. One of them would do magic trick stuff. I'm like going, I don't understand how makes that sexy or whatever it is. It's just it like took you a whole like guys are like going, what is she doing up there? I saw one girl like tiling, she's laying down grout. I don't know if that was sexy for some guys.
No.
Everyone's got their own thing.
Did any of them have ketchup? Ketchup's sexy.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they had ketchup. Maybe on accident. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go there. All right, guys, when we come back, we got a couple more things to talk about. The weird shit that's come out with food. People have been sitting at home. The CEOs have been sitting at home. The R&D for all these different product people for food have come out with all these different weird foods. We'll get into that. And why are people seeing more ghosts than before? You're listening to DeaconLive right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. It's you. The hell's that?
Stupid ad. I got shut it off.
What are you looking up?
That's Henry Ruggs. He was the millionaire. He was one of the
what are you talking about?
The football player in the DUI.
Oh.
People will throw stuff away. 22 years old, and his life is...
Ready?
I'm ready.
Camera 1. Welcome back to DeaconLive. We are broadcasting live from the COVIDSapien.com studios. Don't let the Democrat and Republicans, or don't blame the Democrats or Republicans or Trump or Biden as well. Blame the actual culprit of this widespread virus. For more information on this topic, go to COVIDSapien.com for more information. And over to my far right-hand side with all the information in the world is IT Dan.
Yes, it's overwhelming, but I'm handling it.
You were looking up a sports guy over there. What happened?
Yeah, Henry Ruggs III was driving 156 miles an hour before a fatal crash. He killed a woman and her dog.
And what is he? Yeah. He's a football player?
Football player.
How
star
old is he?
Football. 22 years old. His life
He's done.
Yeah.
He's done. Isn't that a shame? It's a shame you spend your whole entire childhood and somewhat of your teen years, learning how to play football, and then all of a sudden,
double the alcohol level and get behind a car.
Jesus.
And it's sad, a woman who loses her life. But he'll do time, and guess what? If you have that much talent, they'll take him back. You can't get guys that can run that fast and stuff.
Well, if he's going to serve time, how much time is he going to serve? 15 years, he's going to come out, he's going to be like 37 years old.
Sometimes vehicle homicide, 2 years in jail and good time. And
I don't know.
You're in there for 15 minutes. It's crazy. So,
all right, Dan. Yeah. So, like I said, this year, the last couple years have been crazy as far as companies are coming out with weird concoctions. They're slamming, pizzas into ice cream. They're slamming eggs into chocolate chip cookies or something like that.
We're seeing the craziest combinations of food that I never would have thought of.
Well, Reese's right now, and go to camera 4 on that one. Reese's right now is no stranger to making individual and crazy decisions as far as what they're going to put in their chocolate peanut butter cups. Now, I love Reese's. That's one of my top 10 as far as like peanut butter M&Ms. I like a Snickers bar, but I like peanut M&Ms and then Reese's cup. And then my favorite ice cream is Moose Tracks.
And the guy who invented Reese's actually got laid off from his job.
From Hershey, yeah.
From Hershey's. He created that at home with his wife and came up with them, and it outsold all this stuff. And they gave him a tremendous amount of money to come back. And he sold it. Well, no, he realized that he had a great product, but the distribution, the sales, the marketing, all that, he was smart enough to know I can make myself very rich and sell the thing back to Hershey's.
Right. So this guy right here, or this company right here, Reese's, has now come up with a potato chip stuffed peanut butter cup that has finally arrived. Have you been asking for it? No. Have you been wanting it? We don't know. Reese's is, yet again, leading the way in the snack innovation. It is time for the potato chip filled peanut butter cup. Now, my bad hangover days, I'll have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with nacho cheese Doritos in it. That's my bag.
I've never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Never had a Reese's cup.
So these guys right here, Dan, take it away.
Yeah, news of the potato chip stuffed Reese's broke in September 20 on Instagram, whose review of the product got a lot of attention, receiving over 2,000 likes and numerous comments. The big cup with potato chips was a hot topic on Twitter after the junk food leaks post, before promptly falling back off the radar, eclipsed in part by the news surrounding Big Cup with Pretzels peanut butter cup, which was released in mid-September.
Now, I've had that, and I don't like it. The pretzels are too crunchy, and they take away from the peanut butter inside. Not that I'm anyone.
From what I understand, the Reese's was perfect. I mean, everyone just liked the combination of it.
Now, here's a little side note. There's 2 side notes on Reese's cups. Yeah. As you can tell, I'm a big Reese's cup fan. One, the pumpkin Reese's cups that they have during Halloween taste better than any other Reese's cup that they have. Now, they haven't changed the ingredients. They haven't changed anything like that. But the way that they shape the actual, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Like the Reese's cup has for Christmas, they have like a Christmas tree. For Easter, they have it looks like a Easter egg. For Halloween, it has like a pumpkin shape. And the pumpkin shape has more peanut butter filling than chocolate.
So the ratio changes.
The ratio changes completely. Yeah. And people say that those are the best ones as far as Reese's peanut butter cups.
And you also know that when he was making it, he was working on it, and he had cooking at a certain time, and he accidentally overcooked it, and that's when he said, "This is perfect. I like this is the." That's how that was the perfect recipe to overcook it.
They're also coming out with a foot long of like a sleeve of peanut butter cups, Reese's peanut butter cups. You know, the little one that's got all the ridges and stuff. They just released that they're selling a foot long of sleeve of peanut butter cups coming out this season as well. So there you go, Dan. You got a lot. You got a lot to get into. Yeah. Now, something that you get into a lot. Are you a big pickle fan? Do you like pickles?
Not particularly, no.
Well, right now, this week in pickles, Clausen's has come out with a new pickle flavored candy corn. Now, we're just coming out of like Halloween season and stuff. And are you a fan of candy corn?
No.
I love candy corn because it reminds me of my grandmother's place. I used to bite the white piece off and think that tasted one flavor. Bite the orange piece off, take that, and then the white or the yellow or the brown, depending on what it was. But Clausen's has now come out with candy corn that tastes like pickles.
Are you going to eat them? You going to buy them?
So, well, I mean, we're out of season right now. I mean, we're just coming out of Halloween. But yeah, Clausen's has come out with this right here. So if you see the green candy corn by Clausen, they sell them by the jar there.
If they were in season, would you buy them?
I would try them. Look them up and see if you can buy them online. While you're doing that, we'll get into the next weird flavor that they're coming into. So we're coming out of Halloween right now, getting ready for Thanksgiving as Dan looks this up. And candy canes are not my favorite. I don't like that peppermint. I don't like that the candy cane all together. I liked it when they had like the fruit stripes and everything on them. But right now, a company has come out with very different. They've also have pickle flavored candy corn. Where'd you find out?
I'm not seeing
Not candy
anything.
corn.
I'm looking on Google and not finding it.
What are you typing in for your search?
Kosher dill Reese's.
No, not kosher dill Reese's.
Yeah.
That you're way off. We're doing Clausen's candy corn. Dan, you're horrible over
Well,
there.
I started typing it, so.
Type in Clausen's candy corn pickles or something like that. I'll wait because you're going to ruin my whole motif here.
Okay, here we go. Images for.
Oh.
No, I'm not sure.
It's only a live show, Dan.
I know, and I'm not. It's not showing any.
What are you typing in for the search?
Yeah, I'm looking for neat Reese's candy corn.
Why are you looking for Reese's? You're totally wrong. It's Clausen's pickles. You're stuck on the Reese's. Clausen's candy corn. You want me to spell Clausen's for
Yeah.
you? Claussen candy corn. I didn't know this was going to be a whole.
I know it's going to be a whole show when you do it. So, well, also can't. It's got Facebook. It's got them on.
Take your time.
It's showing images of it, but it's not showing.
Where you can buy them?
It's not showing where you can buy them. Probably because it's out of season.
All right, Dan, you're killing me here.
I know.
Never mind. Can't find it. All right. Well,
We'll
anyways,
cut that
Kosher Dill Clausen's, not the Reese's.
Yeah.
Kosher Dill Clausen's candy corn, candy pickles is available out there somewhere, I'm sure. Now, Dan, do you like candy canes? I'm afraid to ask you because you're going to go into a spiral here.
No, I'm not. They're too sweet for me.
So candy canes come out with all these different flavors. They come out with the what is it? It's peppermint altogether, right?
Mostly, yeah.
And then they have like different flavors as far as like they have just regular candy. I don't like candy canes themselves. They're not suitable.
Sticky and messy. Yeah.
They're not suitable to hold. You know, people. I like the small ones. Like if I can get the small ones, I'll snap them off and put them in my mouth. You know, in the back corner like chaw, back in the mouth. This company right here is coming out with, let's see, Archie McPhee has hot dog candy canes. You heard me right. The legendary novelty candy cane is coming out with a hot dog flavored candy cane right here.
Yeah, the legendary novelty candy and toy store based in Seattle, Washington, is known for its crazy confections, and the new edition is just one of many, many insane options the store offers. Every year we do candy canes with unique flavors. Last year we did ketchup, the most popular American condiment. And this year we thought, what's more American than hot dogs? So Yeah. And frankly speaking, that's bad news and good news. The bad news is the store already sold out of the hot dog ones. I don't know.
They only sold out because I made like 20 of them or something stupid like that. Yeah. But yeah, so they the good news is there's so many more options to choose from. So this company called, what's it called? Archie McPhee is who makes the candy canes. They have also incomplete list. Candies include tastes like kale, mac and cheese, ham, shiitake mushrooms. Was that pho, poo?
Pho, yeah.
No, I think it's poo, like poo-poo platter.
Yeah.
Pickle out of stock. See? Pickle out of stock, bacon out of stock, and ketchup out of stock. So for the most...
Oh, they have sardine. They have sardines.
Oh, God. There's shiitake one. So the company's coming out with all these different flavored candy canes, and hot dog is the latest one that they put out there, and they are sold out already.
There's something wrong with this.
Yeah. It's horrible. Yeah. Now, speaking of something horrible wrong with this, Dan, what is your type of music? What type of music do you listen to?
I like blues and I like classic rock. And I like dark music, something that's a little different. So.
What do you mean dark music? Like Deep Purple or was it
dark,
Humble Pie?
Yeah, well, yeah, I like Humble Pie, but stuff that they'll do songs that have like they're kind of dark themes to them. So.
Okay. So because of the whole SoundCloud era, are you familiar with who SoundCloud is?
Yes.
Or the website SoundCloud? So all these musical artists have been able to, get a little DAT recorder. I don't even know if they make DAT recorders anymore. They're able to constrict and configure all these different sounds and beats and stuff on your computer and basically just upload it to SoundCloud, and then all of a sudden they become a...
Yeah, you can make all your own instruments with your own computer.
Correct. So these two guys right here, by the name of... Hold on. If you're watching this on the DeaconLive podcast, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video as well. And the way you see this, go to prophetradio.com, click on DeaconLive, and you can see this as well. These two boys are from South Florida. They are called, I got to figure out their names. Hold on. Two brothers from South Florida have captivated platform on their freestyle song called, I hate to give these guys any press at all, but it's called Island Boy. And when I say boy, they spell it B-O-Y, but it's also B-O-I, like boy. Their tune has become quickly the subject of tweets, memes across the internet. These guys, if you want to, what do they look like, Dan?
Oh, they're covered with tattoos.
Hold on, they are fraternal twins. They're not identical twins, so that means two separate eggs from whatever. Yeah. But they're brothers that live in South Florida, and they're from, I think they say Cuba, like their parents have Cuba blood and stuff in them. So what do they look like?
They look, look like 20-year-old kids, kind of scrawny. Tattoos all over their chest and arms and over their face too. Well, I don't know, kind of strange looking. So.
But what about their hair? What's their hair look like?
One's hair is like a yellowish orange, and the hair sticks out in spikes It's something like I do if I was goofing off and wanted to, hey, look at this, isn't this
like
goofy?
when you're standing in the shower like at a kid, and you got soap in your hair and you pull it all up and you're like, look at me, I'm
like
crazy.
Ferris Bueller with his hair sticking out.
Exactly like that. So I'm not even going to play the song. Should I play the song, Dan? You want to hear it? So on October 12th, 2021, users Kodiak Red shared a video of his brother Fly Soldier, everything's spelled wrong, are singing in the pool, "'Cause I'm an island boy" are the lyrics. Now, they have to understand that they are in Florida, and Florida is a what?
Florida ain't a real place.
No, Florida is not an island. It's a
peninsula. So
they understand that, but they are from Cuba. And, their parents are from Cuba, so they have Cuban blood. So here's the song. I don't know if I want to play this. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm on the right screen here so everyone can be friends here. So here we go. Let me blow this up. Will it blow up? There we go. Let's go to camera 5 on this. You ready? Here we go. I warn you, if you listen to this right here, you're going to get dumber by the second. Here we go.
Island boy, and I've been trying to make. Oh, I'm an island boy. I'm a just island boy. I'm a just island boy. I'm going to get key white gun. You're going to keep that gun.
You understand what they're saying, Dan?
No, but they...
They're two kids sitting in a pool. One's got his feet in the water. The other one's in the water up to waist deep, and
Staring at the sun, I'm just out full gazing. I'm like, pull where I'm staying. They're like, you wanna be famous? I'm trying to be out the greatest. I'm a Florida boy. I got a real damn tropic. I'm like the damn on the topic. I'm an island boy. Put my vest on, yeah, like a wagwan man. Trying to make it to the top. I'm an island boy. I've been trying to make it. I ain't seen it with a gang.
You got it, Dan?
I just they have no talent.
Do you want to sing it at karaoke?
Yeah,
next week.
This is. I'd be embarrassed if my kids did that. So, yeah.
What do you mean you've been embarrassed? Well, it's caused so many memes out there, and you can see like the Halloween outfits that people are putting on. Here's two girls that got their hair all sticking up, all stupid and stuff, and so the Island Boys' real name is Frankie and Alex.
Venegas.
Yeah. According to, were born on July 16th, 2001. Dan, does that make you feel old?
Yeah.
Does that make you feel they were born in 2001 in Florida?
Yeah, I said they were around 20 years old.
Right. The boys were raised by a single mother, and their dad passed away when they were 6 years old, probably because they were singing songs or something like this. Growing up, it sometimes got in trouble. Now, of course, they've been wanted for many years. They've got arrest records that it's a mile long, just from like grand larceny, selling drugs and stuff. So let's see. Here's them explaining who they are and what they are, and their hairstyle. What they call, I think they call it twigs. They both don wicks, is what they're called. The hairstyle is called wicks,
like a candle wick. Yeah.
And it started in Florida. Now I'm from Florida. Yeah. How's my hair look today?
I don't see a wick from over here.
So here's one more thing. This is an interview of them on TikTok, and they're sitting there talking about who they are and what they are.
Who is the older twin? I am the older twin by 2 minutes. He's the younger brother. We're both fraternal. A lot of people think we're identical. Don't a lot of people be thinking we look alike? A lot of people think that we look alike, but we're fraternal. We always looked alike, but we are fraternal. Most deaf.
All right, there you go. So, how do you feel about that, Dan?
Yeah, and they probably make more money off that than.
I think they're going to make, if they were smart, Dan. Yeah. If they're smart, which of course they look like
that's a big if.
They would make more money on being an actual meme. Do you know what Grumpy Cat? Are you familiar with Grumpy Cat?
Instead of trying to be serious, make fun of themselves. Yeah.
Grumpy Cat made over $100 million a year in just like revenue and sponsorships and stuff. They are easy on the microphone, Dan. We're not sponsored yet.
These guys got me all worked up.
So these guys are called I don't even know what the fuck their names are, but I mean
they call them the Island Boys. That's the name.
I guess so, and it's horrible. So if you see these two knuckleheads out there, they're from South Florida, and they have their hair's called wicks or something like that, and they're going to take over the internet, and that's what we are. These guys are going to be. These are the reason why McDonald's doesn't have employees.
Yes, because these kids don't want to go to work.
All right, when we come back, we'll get into Ghosts. I know we just came out of Halloween, and we'll wrap up the show. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
I can't sing, but those guys are bad.
But that's all they've ever done, Dan. Yeah. That's all they. That little thing in their hot tub or whatever they are at. There's no music. There's no beat. There's no drums. There's no computer stuff. There's nothing behind it. They just them. I saw a meme that the two of them standing there, and it said, "What when you drop food on the floor, what germs look like before they jump on it." All right.
We're going into the, every time we go, we're in the twilight zone of stuff that Travis is bringing up that I've never.
See, that's the point of the show.
I know. And I mean, that's the good part of it.
Uh-huh. I know. Amy's the same way. She's like going, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I had to sit there and stop and show her the video. She's like, that is so stupid. She's like, no one at work talks about it. No one at, I'm like going, so maybe the podcast, because, I'm 48. I'm going to be 49 in a couple months. You just had a birthday.
My birthday's coming up.
Oh, is it coming up?
Yeah.
And Amy's 7 years younger than I am. All this stuff that I pull up, I want to keep myself young. So I'm trying to keep myself young by pulling up all these articles because I want to bring in that audience that listens to podcasts, that listens to all these shows and stuff.
Yeah, and I talked to Kathy, and she pretty much complains about everything she sees, but she doesn't bring. I don't see any of the stuff coming from Kathy, and the circle of friends that I have aren't involved with any of these things.
Right.
So it's
That's why you like coming over to the show.
yes. Yeah, the guy was going 156 miles. He's got a Corvette. Remember
You still talking about that?
Yeah. Well, remember we saw that video with that it records everything. He was doing 156. It went down to 127 before he hit the other vehicle, and it's anywhere from
the guy who stole it from the parking lot, or not stole it, but
the
the
car
dealership.
Yeah. So this had the same type of tracking, and they said he was doing 156, went down to 127 just before the accident when the airbags deployed. So, and it's 2 to 26 years you can get. But the judge said he's never seen a DUI with that speed, going that fast.
Well, you know how football players get paid, right?
Yeah, their contracts can be shut off any time.
Well, no. Yeah. I mean, like physically.
Yeah.
How do you get your money?
I think they get paid once a month or something. Yeah.
You play a game.
Yeah.
Check comes out. You play a game. Check comes out. So when they're not playing, they don't get it. Like, how long is football season?
Yeah. 17 games.
No, I mean like month-wise.
Like 4 months maybe.
So for 8 months, they don't get a paycheck. They literally don't, unless they have like endorsements and stuff like that. But they only get paid the 4 months that they are playing, and then that's it. That's the way the NFL has always set that up. Yeah. And there's a big complaint about that because that's when the off season you see all these people get in trouble. Now, granted, I know we're not in off season, but
they get in less trouble if they don't have money. I mean, I mean, and they cut him immediately. The Raiders just cut him. That's it. They can shut you off. You don't get workers' comp or any of that stuff. You're gone. So.
All right, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Camera one. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Over on my far right-hand side is IT Dan.
Yes.
And what?
Yes, I'm IT Dan.
Yeah. And don't forget, we are broadcasting from the covidsapien.com studios. Make sure you check them out. For more information, go to covidsapien.com for more information. Now, Dan, I know we're just coming out of Halloween and everything. Did you give out any candy? You didn't do any candy. No. You didn't do any. You shut the lights off. You didn't have anyone come up to your house.
We're awful people. That's all I can say.
Now, we were talking earlier about that when the whole COVID shutdown happened, you left your job at Home Depot. And I say left your job. You stepped away from Home Depot and you stayed at home and helped them out from your home base. To protect your wife and protect your family and everything as far as COVID and everything like that. Now, we also talked about. Did you want to say something? No. So we also talked about with people being at home and there's not as much traffic on the road, or in general. Humans are quarantined together, that cows are taking over the beaches. The deers are now jumping across the roads and everything.
The bears go to the playground.
Exactly. Yeah. And because there's not as much human contact as far as outside world. Now, because of that, Dan, do you think there's something that we more likely see now that we're home more than ever? No.
Yeah, no. I mean, I can't think of any. I just see the walls of my house.
Right. But when you're at home, you're like going, oh, now I have time to wipe that spot off the wall. Damn spot. Out, you damn spot. What's the Shakespearean out, damn spot? All right.
I am not familiar with Shakespeare. But.
So because we're at home a little bit more and we're doing our Zoom call meetings, we're doing all this other stuff at home and we're working from home a little bit more than normal, people are now seeing more ghosts or premonitions or unexplained things
phenomenon
that are happening in their households. And let me explain something to you real quick, because now when you were gone all day long and you see the video, you've seen videos of dogs like barking in their cage and all of a sudden they just stop and be quiet and then they're barking again. there's stuff that goes on at your home that you're not familiar with, or something's going
There's
on.
things we just can't explain.
The other day, this is a true story. My wife and I, she was in the kitchen. I was in the front, not the front theater room, the front living room area with the big leather couch that we just bought and everything, and the big TV and everything over there. And all of a sudden, we have a solid, Dan, I'm talking about a solid. See this right here, this glass container? Imagine this times 12 as far as heaviness. Fell off the refrigerator. And landed, I'll show you the dent on the floor that it made. Just fell off the refrigerator, bam, hit the floor.
I have an explanation for that.
Didn't break, didn't do anything. Why?
That could be one of the cats exploring.
No. It was on top of the refrigerator.
Cats can't jump that high?
We didn't have the cats at that time.
Oh, okay. I thought this just happened.
This slid off, bam, hit the floor. And we're like going, well, that was kind of weird. And a lot of weird things have been happening. I've always said that the house has ghosts in it, and that's what a lot of people are now finding out.
And you're the second family in the house.
We are the original owners that had the house built. We're the second family. Now, I don't think anyone died. I don't think anything happened here. This was 100 acres of cattle land, and who knows what it was before that. Could have been Indian tribes and stuff. Who knows what's been buried, poltergeist style underneath the house and everything. But in early April, Emily Jacob moved into an apartment complex in Chicago. The maintenance man in her new building told her it used to be a hotel owned by the mobster Al Capone, who frequented it all the time. And a fun story and a good selling point as far as, getting people in there. But now she's noticed that there's weird things that are happening all the time.
Okay, during the pandemic, reports of paranormal activity have apparently increased. Since the world went on lockdown in March 2020, ghost hunters said they've been inundated with requests to investigate apparent ghost sightings in people's homes, and psychics and mediums have seen a run on their services. Depending on their belief system, different people have different explanations for these upticks. But for the people experiencing
Hold on, what's that noise?
Paranormal.
What is that noise, Dan?
It couldn't be my phone. Couldn't be my phone.
You hit something, and I can't do this. You hit something on your keyboard.
I hit something on my phone.
There you go.
I put my phone down on the keyboard. What? Oh,
see, it's paranormal.
That is paranormal. So.
All right, so where did we leave off here? So,
that.
Hold on. Where do you want me to start? Let's go back up here. There we go. All right, start right here.
Oh, okay. The hallway ghost brings me comfort, Emily says. It feels like even in the loneliest of times during the pandemic, especially living alone, I have a friend who checks in on me. Even though this friend is a ghost who lives in my hallways, I am never scared when I feel its presence.
So what they're saying is that people are more open to believing in the paranormal or the afterlife and everything because they're now at home and they're seeing a little bit more, like your phone over there was giving some kind of premonition. Yeah. But they're saying that, hey, look, even if I got, we always think that life is terminal. And, no matter what religion you believe in, whether it be reincarnation or whether it be, you go on the ground, you're buried, you're dead, that's it. At least it gives people during this pandemic, if I do get COVID, if I do get sick and I do pass away, there's some kind of exterior life outside of my realm of being here.
Yeah, when Kathy's house that she grew up in was an old farmhouse, and you would go up in that house, and everyone, you could feel, I felt something, Kathy talked about it, you never saw anything, but you could feel that there was something there. And I felt something go by me, wasn't drunk, but it was at night, but you could feel that someone walked by you and did something, and there was nothing there. And I'm not saying I saw a ghost, but you could feel that there was some entity there. And it happened. A lot of people have talked about it in Kathy's house, and something was there.
Well, I mean, right now, the government's right now talking about, we're releasing these UFO files, not UTO files, UFO files that, hey, there's something outside of our galaxy. So who's to say that we are being at home anymore? We're experiencing more phenomenons than we were supposed to or believe in or people. If I say, Dan, if I saw a ghost, you would say, oh, you're crazy, or you would say, hey, I believe you.
Yeah,
Let's investigate
Let's check it out. Yeah, and I think I'd be more curious than afraid of it. I mean, unless it was something really jumped out at you.
I love
and
those.
stuff.
I love that whole Paranormal Activity. I love that whole series, that franchise and stuff. The movies. I love watching that. And I'm on one of the Facebook pages that says, Paranormal Activity videos caught on tape, and that's on Facebook somewhere. I love watching it. And sometimes I'm like, it's fake. Sometimes, but I eat it up. I'll sit there late at night and watch it. All right, now, Dan. Let's see. I said we just came out of not Thanksgiving. We just came out of, maybe later I'll do that. We just came out of Halloween. Now, how would you feel if, for example, in your little neighborhood that you have there, Wood Run, it's got 500 some odd houses. Some are $1 million houses. Some are like yours, a $20,000 shack.
Yeah. We're getting running water next month. I'm excited about that.
But what if the newspaper printed out the best places for you to go trick-or-treating, the best neighborhoods for you to go trick-or-treating at? It's kind of like, opening up a scroll and going, okay, these are the top 10 that's got the best candy. And your neighborhood was listed on that. And you're like going, hey, look, I live in a gated community. I've worked long and hard to make sure my house is secure, my family's secure, and everything around me. And now this paper right here, let's see, I think it's the Charlotte.
Yeah, Observer probably.
Hold on. I want to give them the right credit. The Charlotte Observer has now released the top 10 neighborhoods to go trick-or-treating at. Now, Charlotte, our community...
That's an honor.
Well, for those of you who don't know, we broadcast just outside of Charlotte in a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. We sit on about 22 some odd acres here. We have horses, chickens, cattle, ghosts, and all this stuff in between. But... for us to go Halloween trick-or-treating, we'd have to drive to a neighborhood. I almost said a friggin' neighborhood. We always have to drive to a neighborhood. We'd probably drive to your neighborhood, which is an hour away. But how would you feel if your neighborhood was pinpointed or pointed out saying that this is the best place to go trick-or-treating?
Well, why would it be? Because you're the best.
You're bringing people outside of your own community that live in, and I don't want to say anything bad about Charlotte, but there are some bad areas of Charlotte. I mean, downtown Charlotte sometimes itself is very, very thuggish, very, very poor.
Yeah.
I mean,
But these kids don't like to eat candy?
Well, they do, but what they're going to do is they're going to get in their cars. Their mom's going because dad's not there, is going to drive over to these neighborhoods that they've listed on the Charlotte Observer of the best 10 neighborhoods to go trick-or-treating in. And then from there, you don't want to see how the other half is living. Is what I'm saying. You don't want to see the other half of what they're doing, because then they're going to get ideas. Hey, how come he's got it and I don't have it, and now I'm going to go over there and take what's rightfully mine type deal.
Okay. I mean, if you don't want, they should then do what I do.
I would. What?
I don't give out candy, and then I'm on the list.
But you're a part of the neighborhood that's been ostracized as far as you give out the best candy. Well, you know what else is the best in your neighborhood there? You probably have the best stereo equipment. You probably have the best TVs. You probably have the best diamonds. You probably have the best stuff in your neighborhood because you can afford to do this. And they listed, and I'm going to list it right here, Noda, Cotswold, all these other things. I'm not going to list them all because... But I mean,
people are going to write this down for next year,
right? Yeah. But I mean, they're giving out the top 10 neighborhoods in Charlotte for the best trick or treating. Well, then if you're not in that neighborhood, screw that. I'm not doing anything anymore.
But you know how many people actually read the Charlotte Observer and go online? So.
Well, maybe the people on that side of the train tracks can't read.
Yeah,
I hate to say that, but I mean, not for nothing. Now, there's a new movie coming out. Are you a fan of the Ghostbusters franchise? Now they had
two movies back in the 80s, right?
And then they had the one that was all the female cast. I didn't think it was horrible. I watched it. It wasn't horrible. Wasn't horrible.
They do have a new Ghostbusters one coming out. So.
And this is called The Afterlife. Now, this has no relationship to it. This guy just did it. And what he did was he designed, I forget who said, I think it was Mara Clinique. that says all sounds are instruments. And this is back in the 1820s or 1830s. And he says all sounds are instruments. So it doesn't matter what you're doing or banging or whatever, as long as it makes an instrumental music or some kind of sound or anything like that. This gentleman right here, if you ever thought about a steam iron as a musical instrument, this gentleman right here has said, yes, we have done this. And he has collected a whole bunch of, let's see, what are these?
He's got a razor, trimmer, calculators.
No, they're not calculators. Yeah. They're like your ATM receipt checker outers, like the pin pad, the 10 key where you put your debit card and stuff in it, and it makes noises, I guess.
I think they look like printing calculators.
So what they are is, let's see, right here.
Yeah. A googly-eyed steam iron joined with a slew of googly-eyed Band-Aids, including electric toothbrushes, credit card readers, typewriters, a body trimmer, an epilator, and a nail polishing device.
You know what epilator is? Do you know what an epilator is?
No, I don't know.
Epilator is, this is really, really weird. It's a coil that goes like this, Dan. It goes around like this.
Hook.
No, like a spring.
Like a question mark. Okay.
Well, it's a spring.
Yeah. Okay.
And you put it on your legs, and it vibrates, and it yanks the hairs out of your leg. It's an epilady.
Oh, okay.
You never heard of epilady?
No.
All right. Well, look that up on your Funkin' Wagnalls. So this guy has put all these things together, and he's got them all tied together in a whole bunch of like wires and stuff. And I'm sure he's got the whole entire thing hooked up to a computer to fire at certain times. You know, certain notes and stuff. So let's go to camera 5. And I'll play this big time right here. Ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. You can see the... typewriter?
Yeah. Steam irons going off. Oh, the toothbrush, vibrating toothbrush. Yeah. This is awesome. This is good.
You gotta wait for the breakdown. You ready? Here we go. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. So these are all the sounds that the instruments make, or the digital things make on their own.
This is awesome that somebody take the time to do this.
Talented, wasted somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Go back on that. So there you go. I mean, that's that he's doing that. And he's not working for someone? I don't know. He should be working for someone. Maybe he does. Maybe he does.
I like that. That was good.
All right, guys.
That was very clever.
All right. On that note, I'm going to let you guys get back to what you got to do on behalf of IT Dan. Oh, hold on. Let me switch screens here. On behalf of IT Dan. No, I got so Dan's got to see himself. On behalf of IT Dan.
Hey, everyone have a nice night.
My name is the Deacon saying goodnight. And goodnight.
Come back! This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
I know we got to cut out about 10 minutes. I was trying to look something up.
Okay, fingers to the cameras. You have to hold it there for a minute. Okay.
I should get paid extra.